Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Attila Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about a lot of important things. First of all, we have a crazy market, up and down and up and down, going sideways. So, and in a day, actually, it is happening. Lots of news coming out. You know, there are these issues all around Greenland and what Trump is saying. Trump, US, Europe. Now we have the World Economic Forum happening on this week. Trump was speaking there, signing deals. Others were talking. So a lot of important things. I'm going to summarize it for you and how is this actually shaping now the present market situation. Also, we're going to talk about tokenization and all these kind of things, what Larry Fink is saying about it, what CZ is saying about it, and others as well, because this could be really the future. Then we have some important economic data coming out. We have the GDP numbers now out today. Then the PCE data came out today. Then we have the initial jobless claims coming out today. And let's see the outflows into Bitcoin spot ETFs and a lot of other things. So guys, don't forget, every single day I bring you short videos here on Blockchain Bloom, and once a week I summarize what's happening really in the crypto world, in the economic world, in the videos. This is what you are watching right now. So if you don't want to miss an important thing and stay up to date, then definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel and also hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And now let's do it. Okay, so when we're looking at the market, we can see that Bitcoin is down 1% in 24 hours, but 7% in a week. When we look at Ethereum, it's 1.4 in 24 hours down, but almost 12% in a week. So Ethereum price, $2,946, which is under 3,000, and Bitcoin is under 90,000, 89,142 US dollar. The biggest loser of the, winner of the day is Sky. With 6%, Sandbox 6.5%, Canton 6%. These guys also went up on the weekly. When we're looking at the weekly, we see Sandbox is the one which is going up with 26%. Then we have Layer 0, 17%, Canton 13%. So actually pretty similar, the guys in 7 days. And when we're looking at the losers, we have MYX on the daily going down was 8%, Dash 7%, Midnight going down 7%. On the weekly, we have Monero. Now, after a spike, it's down 28%, ENA 24%, and Pudgy Ping is down 22%. And when we're looking at the Bitcoin chart, we can see that we have this ascending triangle here, which is actually we broke out here on the daily, and now this 90,000 day-ish support resistance, holding us back. We tried yesterday, we tried today, but we couldn't break above it. So it's important that if we cannot do it, then we go towards 86, and then let's see which way it plays out. In a day, actually, we have crazy volatility on the market. But when we're looking at the bigger picture, then definitely we can see here on the weekly that we had this triangle on the week. It's very important. We couldn't stay above it. We went above it, but then we closed the week under it. And we stay under it. So this 94,000-ish level is still very strong resistance. And when we're looking at here the big picture, we're definitely in the downtrend since the beginning of October. So right now, rather sideways movements, a little bit started to go up, but if the power is not too strong here, the bulls are not too strong, we can go easily further down. And when we're looking at the overall picture, then we have fear on the market. Last week we were neutral, but now fear came back. The Fear and Greed Index is at 34 at the moment. And now let's move on to the first topic I would like to talk about. And now let's look at the present situation and the crazy volatility and what is causing the volatility loss. So let's talk about that. Let me share you this one. This one is an interesting. Look at this one. This is happening basically here in a day, right? So first Bitcoin pumped to 88K, from 88K to 90.5K and liquidated 80 million in short positions. Then it dumped from 90.5K to 87.3K and liquidated 144 million longs. Then was after Trump canceled tariffs on EU, Bitcoin pumped from 87.3 to 90.5 and liquidated 202 million in shorts. So basically in 24 hours, this went up and down kind of. There was like $1 billion liquidation. And, first of all, it's very important that in Davos, now Trump was saying there will be no military action on Greenland. I don't have to use force. I won't use force. This is what he's saying. And, that was actually great for the market. And why actually this whole thing around Greenland? Just think about it. Here is also a nice summary. Greenland holds an estimated 1.5 million metric tons of rare earth reserve. This makes Greenland the 8th largest holder of the rare earth reserves. Even more important, Greenland had effectively zero rare earth production in 2025, since last year. Production is near zero due to lack of funding and necessary infrastructure. Greenland is estimated to have up to 5 trillion worth of natural resources. This is equivalent to roughly 20% of the US GDP and almost entirely untapped. So Greenland has an incredible value. And point made. This is why it's important for the United States. And then, President Trump warns of major retaliation if Europe sells US securities. So then the market started to dump again. Now we have Trump officially signs the charter forming Board of Peace. And who is in Board of Peace? You can see in these countries. So it's who is together now? The United States together with Argentina, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Hungary, Kosovo, Morocco, Pakistan, UAE, Vietnam. So, what's happened to the rest of Europe and all these Western European countries? They're just not in the league. So this is just the totally new thing is happening here. So interesting, and basically what this causes, it's uncertainty on the market. And when it's uncertainty in the market, then this is what we can see. And in uncertainty, what is going up now recently? Definitely gold. Look at this one on the weekly. We make new all-time highs this week. Silver, new all-time highs. Crazy. When you're looking at this one, silver basically here in November was just under $50. Now it almost doubled since November. Also, when looking at gold, same time, where was it? November-ish. Where is it? November, October, November. Yeah, also. So gold around 4,000, now almost 5,000-ish since that. So this is what we can see clearly. And Bitcoin is not going in this direction, but usually, easy also for these assets, for silver and gold, they were so long just sideways and going down. Nothing happened to it basically. 2025, these precious metals started to do well, and they're doing very well at the beginning of 2026. But, now for me, it was rather before the time to invest in these, and even that the parabolic run can now continue. I always looking for assets which are undervalued, and Bitcoin is going in that direction actually right now. And usually we have sooner or later also a price increase in Bitcoin, as we have always seen. So for me, that looks better as investment, but do your own research. This is not financial advice. Right, okay. Sorry, was this scarce? Okay, here is the silver, gold. Sorry, this is the silver. This is gold. Maybe I didn't share the screen. It's a good question. Did I do it? Okay. Anyway, now let's talk about what CZ was saying in Davos, because he is talking as well, and also Larry Fink, because the future of crypto and tokenization. So listen to CZ now. I think this important was saying.
Right now in the crypto space, there's really two proven industries, the exchanges and stablecoins. Those are large businesses. I'm really excited about three new more. I think tokenization is a huge one. I'm talking with probably a dozen governments about tokenizing some of their assets, because this way the government can actually realize the financial gains first and use that to develop those industries, extractions, the trading markets, etc. Payments is something that we've tried, have not really conquered have not really started in crypto. We tried, but nobody really pays in crypto. But I think now we're seeing the convergence of traditional payment methods being behind the scenes, being supported by crypto. So the spenders swipe a card, crypto gets deducted from their account. The merchants gets US dollars or euros or however, whatever they get. So now when we have those bridges, I think payments is going to become pretty big. The third one is what you guys all mentioned is AI. The native currency for AI agent is going to be crypto. They're not going to use bank cards. They're not going to swipe credit cards. Crypto blockchain is the most native technology interface for AI agents. So when AI goes big, today AI they're not really agents. They don't buy tickets for you. They don't pay for restaurants for you. But when they actually do, those payments will be in crypto.
So I think this is very important, that even now we see crypto now kind of suffering, and even Bitcoin is not doing that great compared right now to gold or silver. It's very important the future, which way we are looking at things. And everybody here, they highlighted how important AI is for the future. And what CZ makes a point that the AI is not going to use, the credit card. It's going to use crypto using blockchain. So therefore, I believe just for this as well, crypto could be massive in the future. And I think he made a lot of interesting points. Also, we have here Larry Fink.
I think the movement towards tokenization, decimalization is necessary. It's ironic that we see two emerging countries leading the world in in the tokenization and digitization of their currency. That's Brazil and India. I think we need to move very rapidly to doing that. We would be reducing fees. We would do more democratization by reducing more fees if we had all investments on a tokenized platform, that you could move from a tokenized money market fund to equities and bonds and back and forth. We have one common blockchain. We could reduce corruption. So I would argue that yes, we have more dependencies on maybe one blockchain, which we could all talk about. But that being said, the activities are probably processed and more secure than ever.
This is also, he made a lot of points, and Larry Fink is talking a lot about tokenization. BlackRock is really looking for that future, and they're the biggest asset manager in the world. So this is also related to crypto. When it comes to tokenization, it's not a big number when we're looking at the worldwide, but now we have 21 billion in TVL when it comes to real world assets. And here you can see the different categories. The biggest part is in US Treasury debt, for example. So yeah, this could be definitely massive. And right now, a couple of years ago in Davos, when it comes to the World Economic Forum, they haven't even touched crypto. They talked about it like the joke. Now, a lot of conversations and the speeches are about crypto, Bitcoin, tokenization, blockchain, and all these kind of things. It shows how fast this whole thing is changing and how early we are and what kind of opportunities we're going to have in the future. Are we going to have difficulties? Right? Sure, that's coming. But, after problems solved, then we can always move on. New problems coming, but then we just should see the direction where we're going. And I think the improvement of crypto blockchain is definitely there and in front of us. Okay, let's look at a couple of important data which just came out actually today. So first of all, we have here also coming out today the US GDP, and you can see here for Q3 it's 4.4%. The forecast was 4.3. So this is actually it definitely grow, And also, when you're looking at the previous, it was 3.8. So that's like a positive thing. Then when we're looking at the core PCE data, then actually it's higher than it was before. Oh, sorry, it's exactly the same as it was. Sorry, I missed that one. So in December now. So now we have this is the November data coming out. So actually, and there the forecast is also said what actually came out. And then we also have here the jobless claims, and you know it's less than the forecast actually said, but compared to the last week one, it's a little bit higher. So, but these numbers are pretty similar to each other. So actually, these were important. When we're looking at the inflows, outflows into Bitcoin spot ETFs, we have rather huge outflows. So on the 21st of January, so basically yesterday, we had 708 million. Before that, 479 million. Then before it, almost 400 million. And we had here a couple of good days, very good inflows, but it went on for 4 days. Now for 4 days in a row, big numbers, but actually outflows. It clearly shows the how the market actually is now doing. The fear on the market. When we're looking at MicroStrategy, they keep buying Bitcoin, and last week they just bought 22,205 Bitcoin, and with this, now they above 700,000 Bitcoin. That's right, crazy. Look at this number. They just keep buying. Doesn't matter Bitcoin is up or down. Now they're actually getting it a better and better price. So yes, okay. And one more thing I would like to talk about, and this is all about what could be a good entry point for Bitcoin, what was historically a good entry point for Bitcoin, but we are not there yet. However, theoretically, let's talk about it. So we have these different kind of moving averages, simple moving averages. And actually, we went under the 50-day moving average, kind of had a support around this 100-day moving average on the weekly. And actually, what could be great entry point historically is the 200 one. So we are not there yet. We are right now at Bitcoin is 89,000 US dollar. And at the moment, the 200-week moving average is at 57,000-ish, right? So we're quite far from there, but every single time when the bear market started, we had down, then we have relief rally, and then we down, relief rally, and poof, then we touched it. Here we touched it as well, and we went here actually in 2022, and actually 2020, rather in 2 here, we went under it. But it's very, very important when we're looking at the statistics that how much time took it to recover it between 1 day and 217 days. So basically the recovery time in average is 77 days. When we're looking at the returns, in a month, you can see that mostly it recovered, or actually it wasn't that bad for Bitcoin. In average, we have in 6 months time, when we touching here, getting 5% close to it, then we have about 53% recovery for Bitcoin. We had better years, worse years, but that's an average. When we're looking at in a year, then the returns in average more than 200%. So actually, if this really happens and we continue to go downwards, then historically, to buying around 200 moving average is a very good entry position. How it will play out? Do we get all the way down there? Obviously, I don't know the future, but it's very, very important that this could be a key level which worked very well historically. And in short period of time, like a couple of months or even in a year, it had great, returns. Usually when we have the bearish period, it also historically goes for a year kind of down. Maybe it will be now shorter or different. We don't know, obviously. But we are already more than 3 months in this period, we shouldn't forget, since the beginning of October, right? Today already the 22nd of January. So that's important to keep in mind that a big chunk is already done. And after the bullish period is always, much longer. We started to get bullish at the beginning of 2023, and the Bitcoin price went just up and up and up until 2025 October, which means for much more than the bearish period was. Therefore, if you accumulating around that, it could be a good entry point. But it's not financial advice. You think about it. I just wanted to definitely make a point. And hopefully this one was also useful for you guys. So don't forget, every single day you're getting fresh short videos here on Blockchain Bloom. If you subscribe, then we will keep you up to date. The most important news, what's happening on the day. And you can get it in less than 60 seconds. So fast. And also I doing these weekly videos to keep you really up to date, looking everything from a border perspective and understand the whole situation, where the market is actually, to getting in more details and always learn something. Right now, we just learned about the 200-week moving average. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you think these things are important for you and you would like to stay up to date. Also hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.